Good evening, and welcome to our first virtual theater premiere. My name is Alyssa Tegler, and I am the Director of Alumni Engagement here at Earlham College. We are delighted to have you join us. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items to note. While you won't be able to see each other tonight, we invite you to interact with one another in the chat feature below. We will also have faculty members joining us in the chat to help answer any questions that you have. You will also notice that we have additional resources listed in our description, including the program guide and where to find out more information about Earlham's theater program. We will have a brief intermission during tonight's event, which will feature a short interview with the playwright, followed by part 2 of the play. So be sure to stick around to see the entire play. What you're about to watch is a story about love, accountability, and second chances. The dark comedy tells a tale of an aspiring law student, his brother, an aspiring magician, and the magician's assistant who has spent multiple lifetimes searching for her goddess girlfriend. As circumstances lead to questions about whether magic exists, this unlikely trio works together to avoid a doomed fate and realize that if something as far-fetched as reincarnation is real, maybe redemption can be too. And without further ado, Earlham College presents Brianna Miller's Rotten Illusions.
Welcome to Wilkinson Theater. The Earlham College Department of Theater Arts proudly presents Rotten Illusions by Brianna Miller. The theater is a gathering place in which shared experience creates a unique sense of community. The sacred land on which we meet has been a site of human activity and storytelling since 1000 CE. We begin our time together by acknowledging that we are gathered on the traditional unceded land of the Adena, Miamia, Shawnee, and Kickapoo people. We honor, with gratitude, the land itself and all the ancestors who have stewarded it throughout the generations. We are grateful for the privilege to work, play, and create here in this community on this territory. We are called to become better stewards of the land and better neighbors to the people with whom we share it. Since the actors can see and hear you as well as you can hear and see them, and out of respect for your fellow audience members, we ask that you silence your cell phones. Please refrain from talking, texting, and using anything that buzzes, beeps, or goes bump in the night during the performance. Taking photographs and recording any part of this performance is prohibited by copyright law. The fire marshal requests that we note the location of the nearest emergency exit. There's one to the left at the front of the auditorium near the stage, as well as the 2 doors leading to the lobby. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy Rotten Illusions.
Transformation is almost ready to begin, my love.
Arya, I'm becoming nervous.
Do you trust me?
Unreservedly.
Then I will be forthright. You will experience some side effects. But know that you will survive this. That we will be together. Forever. Now, bring the feline and jasmine roots to the fire.
Of course.
O Earth star, with her corona of light battling the blackened sky, I call upon your power. Link spirit with spirit in cyclical bonds, like the wheel of silver the stars spin upon. Let their souls be reborn, pure as the maternal flower, shining bright in the darkness like a beacon tower. Let their lights return to dawn, Their decay would fertilize their future. Strengthen their weakened bodies for every cut. Find a suture.
Is that all? Am I now immortal?
Nearly. In the last moments of the eclipse, you must lie on the shore. Allow the dying waves to wash over your body, leaving you neither part land nor sea. Change occurs during in-betweens.
Yes, my love.
And remember, centuries from now, on a night much like this one, there will be a final transformation.
Brother? Brother! 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 Oh! Brother, she's out cold.
Marshall, what are you doing?
You didn't show up to work, so I thought I'd come check on you.
How did you get into my apartment?
Maya, please. I'm a magician. Do you really think that a locked door could stand in my way?
You found the key under the mat, didn't you?
Yeah.
Marshall, I'm your assistant and nothing more. You shouldn't be coming into my apartment without asking me.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just I changed the title of our act again and I really wanted to show you the new banner. So do you want to see it?
Sure. Marshall's mystical, magical, marvelous marvels?
I think the extra alliteration gives it a little more pizzazz.
Yeah.
With the new title and the solar eclipse coming in the next few days, we're sure to get more business. People always get a little bit more magic-y when there's an eclipse, don't you think?
I guess.
Even Bradley's coming to the show.
Right. Bradley, your brother.
Yep, now come on. I want us to practice the new trick.
Just a minute. I need to get dressed. You can wait in the living room. Okay, Ari. As much as I love reliving the past, I can't just be having these dreams for nostalgia. I'm having them for a reason. Maybe you could be a little bit more direct about this whole Marshall showing up in my flashbacks thing. Yes, Maya, because the woman who hasn't seen you in over 2 centuries and has no idea where you are or what you look like is just going to drop on by and give you all the answers. That's how reality works. Okay, you know what? I don't care if I sound stupid or crazy. I miss you, and I feel like maybe you're communicating with me or my subconsciousness is remembering something, so I'm just going to give this whole lucid dreaming thing a try. Maybe you could explain why Marshall is crashing into my flashbacks all of a sudden?
The sun and moon are nearly aligned. Your transformation is almost ready to begin, my love.
Yeah. Fire, goblet, blood, ocean. I get it. Fast forward.
When again the moon and sun unite, the ninth death will birth the final life, a test of love, of grit, of faith. Eternity or mortality await. Though homicide will be the source, salvation lies within remorse. Both brothers will play their parts. Where one life ends, another starts.
Maya! Hurry up, the wax is melting!
Okay, coming. Oh no.
There you are. What took you so long?
Just daydreaming. So you happen to bring all the props with you, huh?
Well, yeah. You know that I always have my emergency magic kit with me.
Yeah, how could I ever forget that?
And I just happened to have a glass panel in the car.
Naturally.
Okay, you're gonna love this. So I was thinking of this new trick and I thought, what's cooler than guns?
Right.
Think about it. Nobody has more street cred than a guy who gets shot. I'd be like a gangster of magicians.
Okay.
This is so badass. Okay, so we each get a gun and a wax bullet. Then we stand opposite sides of this panel of glass here. We have audience members sign their actual names on the bullets so they think that we're legit. The wax bullets will break the glass on impact, but then vaporize before they hit us. So we place the real bullets in our mouths and the wax bullets in the revolvers. Okay,
Wait, are we about to try this right now? Because I think...
stand here,
No, seriously, Marshall, someone could...
and we fire through the glass like so.
Marshall!
Wait! How cool is that? Maya? Maya? The wax bullets in my mouth is... Oh, God. I'm not feeling the pulse. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Help! Somebody help!
Six times! This idiot has managed to kill me! The ninth death will birth the final life. Okay, Ari, I think I get it now, but how do I get to his brother?
Yes. Yes, I shot her on purpose. But the bullet wasn't supposed to hit her. What do you mean that's illegal? Yes, ma'am, I know that I've called 911 a few times claiming to have accidentally killed the same girl. Yes, I know she's always been fine, but this time's different.
Marshall.
You're okay!
Yeah. Gonna hang the phone now?
I thought I killed you.
No, I just fainted. Yeah, I fainted because I'm terrified of guns.
So, I didn't hit you?
No, I mean, the bullet just whizzed by my ear, not a speck of blood anywhere.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, this is awkward.
Tell me about your brother.
Huh?
Small talk, Marshall. It's the sort of thing people do to ease the tension. Tension sort of builds up when you almost accidentally shoot your assistant.
Right.
So we could talk about the weather, or you could tell me about your brother. What's he like?
He's awesome. He's in law school right now. He's studying to be a defense attorney. But you already know all that. I talk about him all the time.
Yeah, right, because I totally listened, but I'd love to learn more about him as a person. His likes, his dislikes, his deepest, darkest secrets, you know, the broad strokes.
Okay. He really hates magic. Or anything involving fun, really. And he loves pretending to be nonchalant about everything. Like, just last week I was trying to tell him about that hangnail that I got during the show, and he was, like, totally uninterested.
Wow, that's just shocking.
I know!
He seems really cool. I'd love to meet him at the magic show.
Wait, are you, like, trying to tap that? Because
No.
it's kind of weird to hit on somebody in a graveyard, Maya. Trust me. I've tried.
What's all this about a graveyard?
All right, I forgot to tell you. I changed the venue for show to the cemetery on 1st Street. I'm trying to amp up the whole spooky vibe to the Eclipse. And I added a new trick. How do you feel about coffins? rock, paper, scissors, who has to talk to the police? Every time!
Studying for school. What are my study books?
Huh. Of course. My little law student. You must be so stressed, though I'm sure you're excelling.
Yeah. Yes, I'm doing well. There is this one professor who seems to have it out for me, however.
Oh. Why do you say that?
I'm not sure. She teaches my ethics class. She just seems to disagree with my political opinions and cannot separate her bias from her grading.
Well, that is just unacceptable. What's this woman's name? I pay good money for you to get the best education you can. No one should stand in the way of that.
Mother, honestly, whatever you're trying to do is unnecessary.
Her name, Bradley.
Goldstein. Julia Goldstein.
Be at dawn, fetch my notepad out of my purse.
Yes.
Purse, Bradley, purse, not emergency kit.
Mom, why do you have a gun?
What's that, dear?
There's a gun in your bag. Do you even know how to shoot a gun?
Oh, honey, it's not a big deal.
It is, Mother. You could wind up hurting yourself.
It's nothing, truly. It's for self-defense. A frail woman like myself might seem like an easy target, you see.
Mom.
That's enough, Bradley. I can take care of myself. Julia Goldstein, yes? Okay. I'm going to take care of this, okay, baby?
Thank you, Mother.
Anything for you.
I really do need to study, but thank you for stopping by.
All right. Now, when I get this Professor Goldstein situation sorted out, I want you to come up for a visit. I haven't seen you since last week.
You are a 3-hour drive away from me, Mother. I think visiting once a week is plenty.
Are you implying that a son can see too much of his mother? You're starting to sound like that heathen brother of yours.
Mom!
I'm not going to lie, Bradley. What God-fearing man pursues magic for a living?
Marshall is unorthodox, I will admit.
I'm telling you, Bradley, it skips a generation. It was your grandfather last, and now it's Marshall. That is the only explanation for his erratic behavior.
I would love to get into this more, but I have an exam on Monday. I'll see you soon, okay?
All right. I love you.
Stay safe, Mother. Marshall, I told you to stop randomly appearing in my apartment. I think I'm allergic to some particle in this smoke here.
I know, but this is an emergency.
Wait, Mom was just here. I'm sure you could catch up to her.
No! Mom would freak. You can't tell her. Promise me you won't tell her.
Marshall, I already have plans today. Is it absolutely crucial I take part in whatever this emergency of yours is?
Plans? What? Reading another book for law school? Boom! That can wait! This is life and death!
Marshall! What have you done?
I think I killed my assistant.
You lost my page. I was at the climax. James was about to attack Bella.
Are you even listening to me? All of those cases happened like 1,000,000 years ago. I need your help right now.
Well, of course, these court cases are just so influential to the current system. I'm cramming for an exam right now. I would really appreciate it if we could do this some other time.
Bradley! I just murdered someone! For both of our sakes, I hope there's never another time!
Wait, what? Is this another one of your pranks?
No! This isn't a joke! I just killed someone, and you're basically a lawyer, right? You can help me get rid of the evidence or something.
Mom always said it would be you.
Huh?
She said psychopaths run on her side of the family, but they skip a generation. That's why she never talks about Grandpa.
Wasn't he murdered?
Yes, but she hated him. Probably because he was a psychopath.
My own mother thinks I'm a psychopath. Not even surprised. You know, she never understood me.
Considering the fact that you just murdered someone and are attempting to hide the evidence, I think she understands you pretty well.
Why can't she just accept that I'm happy to be a magician? She's the one that got me into magic in the first place.
How did our mother, a Catholic interior designer, get you into magic?
What? She never told you the story?
What story?
She's the one that taught me how to get out of handcuffs. When I was 10, I found the ones that she kept next to her nightstand.
God.
And I accidentally locked myself in them.
Marshall, stop talking.
I tried to get out using that weird translucent stuff that I found next to it, but that just made everything all wet and messy.
Marshall, please!
So I finally just called Mom and she helped me get out of them. I can't believe she never told you. She tells you everything.
The fact that you cannot see why our mother would not want me to hear that story is exactly why she's right. You're the crazy...
Not crazy! Psychopath. Psychopath, Bradley. It's a clinical condition.
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please? Who did you murder?
My assistant, I told you.
Get me my emergency kit.
You know, isn't it funny how out of all the things that Mom taught us, emergency kits were the only thing that stuck? Only thing that stuck with me, anyway.
Yes, Marshall, that's very fascinating. Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so we're practicing for this new trick. Place Maya in a coffin with an escape door. Bury the coffin. Then I bring her back up unscathed.
Okay, but how does she get out of the coffin?
The escape door.
Yes, but once you pour dirt on top of the coffin, that escape door is not going to budge.
Oh, so that's what went wrong. The point is, Bradley, I already called the cops earlier today because I thought I shot her. There's no way to believe that this time was an accident. Wait, are you really going to let somebody in at a time like this?
Calm down. I'm sure it's just Mom.
Maya, you're alive!
No thanks to you.
This is your your assistant.
Oh, thank God! I thought I killed you!
I had to claw my way out of a literal grave. I'm suing your ass, buddy. You're gonna wish it was you in that coffin when I'm done with you.
Ma'am, is that truly necessary? I mean, he survived. It was an honest mistake.
And you? You must be that lawyer brother that he's always telling me about. I bet he told you everything that he did, didn't he? I mean, were you guys even gonna report this to the police? I'm gonna take you down as co-conspirators. I'm sure you know exactly what that means, don't you, Mr. Lawyer?
Miss, please, of course I was going to contact the authorities.
Oh, really?
Yes, Marshal, what you did was wrong. This kind young woman deserved better treatment.
It was an accident!
Oh, excuse me, that makes it totally okay.
Really?
No!
Surely there's something we can work out. A way for this little mistake to make all of our lives easier.
What?
Our family comes from quite a bit of money.
Are you trying to bribe me?
I just think it would be in all our best interests if you
Bullshit. You're just trying to save your ass.
If you could just...
Just what?
Yes, please.
Forget about how your brother almost killed me?
Can't we all just sit down and...
Unbelievable. You guys are done. And you, Mr. Lawyer, you can kiss your career goodbye.
Brendan, what are you doing? Stop!
I have worked too hard to get here. I am not going to have my life ruined because my asinine younger brother can't do anything right.
Please! Let go of her!
Please.
It's okay, Maya. It's okay. I got you. Not gonna let anything happen.
Get your keys. You are going to drive me to the gravy maid.
No, we have to call somebody. We have to...
Marshal! Get your keys.
Bradley, this isn't right!
We are in this situation because of you. You do not have the right to play unwilling accomplice. Get your keys! You will be in that grave with her.
Okay. Okay, they're in my pocket. And I'm the family psychopath? Mother knows best my ass.
This is your 8th death. You know how the spell works. 9 deaths in the same body, that's all you get. And then you have to start all over. New womb, new city, new memory. Decades will go by before you even remember who I am. You provoked him. What were you thinking?
Oh, come on, fake Ari. Real Ari would have totally figured this out by now.
Well, I'm not real Ari. I may have her eyes and her voice and her ideals, but I'm not her. You cannot simply dream up a living thing. You haven't seen her in hundreds of years, and at the rate you're going, another 100 will pass before you're even given the chance.
Ari, do you honestly think I would have barged into his apartment without some sort of plan?
You wanted to die. And why the hell do you look so smug about that?
Whoa, prick, Ari, just calm down.
You're being reckless.
I know it's risky,
I don't
but...
understand why you would put our future in jeopardy.
Ari, stop! For any of this to work, I need to feel like you're here. The real you. Because if I have to do this on my own, I might just shatter under the weight of it. So I need you to pull it together and start acting like the real Ari. I need you to be in control. I need you to be annoyingly wise when I can't see things clearly. I need you to remind me what I'm fighting for. That's the only way my plan will work.
What is your plan exactly?
Well, to be completely honest, I haven't totally figured that part out yet.
How am I supposed to remain calm when you say things like this?
I have a general idea in my head.
I may be immortal, but I swear you'll
be the death of me. Hey, do you used to remember what you would say to me whenever I'd get nervous? Of course. You'd say, do you trust me? And I'd say, unreservedly. And then you'd respond with that impenetrable, otherworldly confidence of yours. Then know that you will survive this, that we will be together forever. Nothing has changed. We're still written in stars, but there's no skipping to the end of this story.
You always have a way of using my own words against me.
I know that I don't have all of the answers right now, but I believe I'm headed towards something big, and I need you to believe it too. So, do you trust me?
Unreservedly.
Hurry up!
Do not rush me, you oaf.
I'm just saying the longer it is that we take, the more likely somebody is to see us.
Well, I don't see you helping to speed up the process.
These are $300 slacks. I can't afford to get them dirty.
Well, I cannot afford to go to prison, so pick up a shovel and dig.
I can't, then we'll keep looking. Did you hear that?
Fine. Stay up there, but don't pretend to hear noises just to get out of digging.
No. This is serious. See, there it is again!
Stop this nonsense.
This isn't a joke. Listen!
On a stick.
What should we do?
Just get in. Roll Maya in with us and we'll lay low until it happens.
Okay, cool. Quick question.
What?
Where's the body?
I'm sorry?
We seem to have misplaced the body.
You lost a
I
corpse?
could have sworn that she was right here.
How is that even? Oh, never mind that. Get in, just get in. Poop.
You need to stop.
I can't. I'm nervous.
Just say shit like a normal person.
You should not say words in court you would not say in front of your mother. What are you doing?
Maybe if they see we have a gun, we can scare them off.
First mother, now you? Did I miss the day in Emergency Kit 101 when they said you should carry a loaded weapon?
They seem more practical than hand wipes. Trust me. This'll work.
You are the last person on Earth I would trust with a gun. Give it to me.
Relax, they're just wax bullets.
I don't care if they're cream puff bullets with powdered sugar on top. Give me that gun!
Give it to me back, Bradley. It's my gun. I've used it before as he was using it on it earlier in my
Oh,
incident.
calm down, you idiot. Down! What are you doing? Ah! Did you just fight me?
Long time no see.
Ah! Poop! There's no way that was
Impossible.
We are both just sleep deprived. Or
Impossible.
there's a word for this. A madness shared between two. French, I think. Folie à deux.
She was right there.
It was just our imagination. She wasn't real. She was just a figment of our imagination.
Guess who?
You're okay!
You guys left us saying goodbye. Love to catch up.
Oh, okay.
Stop talking to her, Marshall. She is not real.
That's so harsh.
She cannot hurt us.
She looks pretty real to me.
Well, she's not. Okay, she cannot be real. We saw her die with our own.
Still think this isn't real. How the tables have turned. I get it now. This is fun.
Can't breathe.
Let's talk, shall we?
How's this happening?
Marshall, why don't we ask the rest of the class? Any ideas? Oh, come on, Marshall. You, of all people, should know what's happening here. Magic.
Give me a break.
Okay, Mr. Lawyer, you don't like that explanation? Tell me what you think is going on here.
I think my idiot brother slipped me something and we are both on some kind of drug trip.
Oh, Bradley, always so logical. At least that's what Marshall always says, right?
Yeah.
You see, when I saw Marshall's ad for an assistant in the paper 2 years ago, I was instantly drawn to him.
Really?
There was something about him that just screamed pathetic.
Hey!
I figured if I could escape death anywhere, it would be with him. Of course, I forgot to take into account the danger that accompanies stupidity.
You are so fired.
Just a moment, I'm a little perplexed. Are you suggesting you actually died?
Of course,
But you're alive now.
clearly.
And this is possible because
I can come back to life.
you are insane. We are all insane.
I prefer the term open-minded.
This is just the guilt talking. I killed you. I felt your pulse stop. I saw the life leave your body.
Fine. Stab me.
What?
Said, stab me.
Oh no, I can't watch this again.
No.
Why not? If I'm not real, like you keep insisting, then you won't actually be hurting me.
What are you trying to prove?
I think we both know that I'm alive. We both also know that less than 4 hours ago, I was stone cold dead. You want proof I'm telling the truth? Kill me.
Bradley, please don't.
She is not real.
Bradley, if you do this again, I'm calling the police.
It's just in our head.
Come on.
Oh, poop.
What is wrong with you? Wait for what? She's dead. This isn't some magic trick. People don't just resurrect themselves. Well, not usually, anyway.
Not happening.
I was gonna leave Bruce for a couple of days. Believe me now? Now should I get back to explaining why I'm here? Good. Sit. Centuries ago, I fell in love with a goddess.
Wait, you're gay.
I'm demisexual?
So that's why you always turn me down.
You don't know what demisexual means, do you?
Nope.
Well, I would love to hear more about who sticks what where. I must admit, I'm a little bit more concerned with the immortality detail.
Right. Well, we were in love and we wanted to be together forever. She said that she could make that happen, only there was a catch. My soul became intertwined with the soul of a cat, so I got 9 lives. I could die and come back to life 9 times in the same body. Then, after the 9th death, I'd rot and fall apart limb by limb before I would reincarnate back into a child. I regain memories of my past lives when I'm around 16.
Sounds horrible.
But she did it for love. That's beautiful.
Yes, Marshall, but the thing is my goddess, her name is Arya, for short, has no idea where I'm going to be when I reincarnate. We've only successfully reunited 2 times.
Star-crossed lovers. How sweet.
Do not make me gag, Marshall.
Isn't that your copy of Twilight on the couch?
Just finish the story. Why are you here?
You, my friend, are responsible for my 9th death in this body.
I don't see any rotting. Oh, poop. Wait. If you knew you were going to start rotting, why did you let me stab you?
So I've decided to try out this whole faith thing.
I am not following.
Here, let me show you. I've never actually tried this before, but I mean, if I can come back to life, what's a little multiplayer soda time travel? The sun and moon are nearly aligned. Your transformation is almost ready to begin, my love. Fast forward.
Hot.
This cannot be happening.
that cat real?
I think we have bigger things to worry about, Marshall.
Marshall? Marshall? How?
Play. And when again.
Wait!
Pause! What?
Where are we? What's going on?
We're in the past. Sort of. I haven't completely figured that part out for myself yet. This is the ritual from which I became immortal.
That would explain the whole cat blood thing.
Yes, Marshall, but the only thing you need to hear is what she says next. Play.
The moon and the sun unite. The ninth death will birth the final life. A test of love, of grit, of faith. Eternity or mortality await. Though homicide will be the source, salvation lies within remorse. Both brothers will play their parts. Where one life ends, another starts.
What do we have to do with any of this?
You know, for being a lawyer, you think you'd be a little bit better at reading in between the lines.
Well, I'm sorry, but we don't deal with many vague prophecies in my line of work.
Though homicide will be the source, salvation lies within remorse. Clearly, before the Eclipse is over, my killer, aka you, has to feel remorse for what he's done for me. That way, I can complete my transformation. Then no more rotting, no more dying, regular old immortality.
And then you can find your goddess of love.
Yes, Marshall, but Brandy over here has to feel sorry about killing me before I die and have to start all over again. I really don't want to go through puberty again.
I do feel terrible about all of this, truly, but you are just guessing that this prophecy of yours is real and that your interpretation of it is correct. Besides, I don't see how I can help you. What do I have to feel sorry for? You were threatening me. It was self-defense.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Bradley's just joking. I mean, aren't you, Bradley? I mean, you have to know that murdering is wrong.
But she...
Let me rephrase my request. Either you feel remorse for killing me in cold blood, or I come back in a new body roughly 16 years from now with the sole objective of making your life a living hell!
Because threatening someone is the perfect way to get their sympathy.
You have 2 days, Mr. Lawyer. 2 days before the sun and the moon reunite. 2 days to find a conscience. Or I'll make you wish you were dead.
Gross.
What the... Who...
Eternal haunting. Did you not outgrow petty vengeance, say, 15 centuries ago?
Ari, if I have to threaten a murder to find you again, then that's what I'll do. Besides, you know I didn't actually mean any of that.
That's a relief. For a second, I thought you hadn't yet realized.
Realize what?
Oh,
What?
do you recall when you told Bradley to read between the lines of the prophecy?
Of course.
Well, I did the same. There was one line in particular that moved me.
Spit it out, fake Ari.
The ninth death will birth the final life.
Yeah, I know. If I survive this, I don't have to die again.
Yes, but there is another possible outcome.
What are you talking about?
Eternity or mortality await. Maya, if you die this time, I don't think you're coming back.
Shit!
Hi, everybody. My name is Lynn Perkins-Sosi. I'm an associate professor and teach theater arts at Earlham College, where I'm also convening the department. And I want to introduce you to a recent grad. This is Brianna Miller. When did you graduate?
Last year, spring 2021.
She's a newbie. And tell us what you're doing right now.
Right now, I'm doing a year-long apprenticeship at Cincinnati Shakespeare Company. So I tour 3 different shows throughout the tri-state area, and I also help out with main stage productions.
Cool. We got to come down and see you do Midsummer, and then you guys brought Macbeth to Richmond. It was lovely to say to my first year students, come, you have to see this show and do a response on it. And look, we know her, she's ours. Very excited you've gotten off to such a great start. And you're talking about maybe you've applied to Shakespeare again, but looking out to develop networks and see where else you might want to work after this season.
Yeah.
So you definitely came to Earlham thinking of yourself as an actor. Well, first off, I love this bit. Tell us how you found Earlham.
So I knew that going to college would be a definite like shift in my comfort zone. And I've always been a very like shy, introverted person. So naturally I go to Google and I type in good schools for introverts, and Earlham came up on like a list of top 10 schools for introverts, and I really liked it. So I applied.
And we're so glad you came. A place to nurture you, regardless of introversion, extroversion, whatever your interest is. And when you started, were you thinking you'd be a theater major, or were you thinking writing, or?
Yeah, I was another large reason why I chose Earlham is because they had a really good like English department. And I thought I was going to major in English. Ended up taking all of the creative writing classes and realizing those are the ones I mainly cared about. And then I was like, well, I don't know if I want to finish this major. And then I knew that I still wanted theater to be a part of my life. So I was involved with it, obviously, from as soon as I got to Earlham, and then I ended up deciding to major in theater.
Yay. And last year you'd gone to KCACTF. We're in Region 3, right? And you've done IB and Ryan's, I think, every year. And tell us what happened last year.
Last year, I ended up getting the Region 3, like I got the award. And I was also like an alternate for the person who was going on to nationals for our region.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You were very happy to see that happen. Last year was different because it was all virtual. And so you ended up doing how many monologues?
3.
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing to watch everybody's resilience and flexibility as we figure out how this is the world we live in. How do we keep telling stories, and how do we keep growing? Two things I wanted to make sure I told everybody about is alumni effect on current students. And one of those is the fact that, let me back up. One of those was the fact that we got to use the Epic Advantage funding to go to Edinburgh. Tell us a little bit about what you were doing and what that experience was like.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, that was my first experience of like truly devised theater. And so that was definitely like, it was like a shift in how I like viewed theater, definitely. And it was also my first time like going out of the country. So like just a lot of just fun experiences, a lot of learning happening during that time. And it was also a production that I worked on for the longest amount of time at that point in my artistic career. I think we worked on it for like a full year by the time we finished.
Pretty close. Yeah, because we had done readings of early drafts. We did, for those who don't know, I did an initial adaptation of Catherine Glenn's The Misadventures of Martin Hathaway. He is a Richmond resident. And so the students had encountered the book and like, we love this story. And so I committed to, okay, I'll sort of adapt the first thing. And we did readings of it, I think in the spring. So yeah, it would have been probably over a year from the first reading. And who'd you end up playing?
I was playing Captain Daisy McNamara, the sassy airship captain. And yeah, we took it to Edinburgh, the Fringe Festival. And I think it was I think quite a few people's first time like ever going abroad, period. I know that one, I was like sitting next to someone who had never been on a plane before on our first plane ride, and they were like freaking out. But yeah, it was just like a really great experience. I learned a lot. And it's also just like, it's a great way to like network with people like in America and internationally, because you just meet so many different people from all different walks of life, and you're just able to see so much like fresh theater, and just like new perspectives that you would never really get to see elsewhere. And it's just an awesome thing to put on a resume. So
Yeah, we were there for like 12 days. Did you see 15, 20 shows?
around that. Mhm.
Wow. And does that affect how you think about what kind of theater you might want to do?
For sure. I remember two of the shows that I saw that like impacted me the most, was I saw Austin Dean Ashford's Island Trap. And I saw something that was actually like quite in a similar vein. It was again like kind of hip hop theater. I can't remember what it was called, but it was something like The Canary and the Crow. And it was again about like this Black man's experience, like being surrounded by mostly white people, and how he like learned to like find his individuality and like accept himself for who he was, despite like what the world was telling him.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were both just really powerful. They just really spoke to, I think, like any Black artist trying to make it in the world, and also like specifically in this industry. And it just like, it showed me that art that comes from a really personal place for the person that's creating it is often a lot more impactful than like working on something that you don't completely understand, or a world that you're not really involved in, and that it's okay to like show your vulnerability through your art, even though it's really scary, because like especially like actors, I think a lot of times, especially like introverted actors, enjoy acting because like you're becoming someone else. And I think like taking a step back and realizing, hey, like I'm really interesting too, and like I don't know, there's something about it that's therapeutic, and it's something that I think usually ends up impacting people a lot more when they sense like that honesty and that individuality like through the art. So that's one of the main things that I learned watching that.
Totally introverted actor. For me, it's that structure, that excuse that you're putting something on actually makes it easier to be whatever I honestly am in that moment, and to explore and expand my own sense of self. That's just my way of going at it. But what I love about the way I'm hearing you talk is the development of yourself as a whole artist, not just I'm an interpreter, I'm an actor who does other people's stuff. And the fact that I knew from the beginning that you liked to write, and that just in class and in rehearsal, your imagination is so rich. I was thrilled when we had the chance to have Jonathan Graham. We don't have it as a regular part of the curriculum. We keep trying to get it in there, but you know. But when Jonathan was able to teach that playwriting class and you were able to be a part of it, I was very excited to hear what was going on. I'm watching my clock. I got about 2 minutes. So the other alumni investment that I think has supported current students a lot, there's a thing called the Janica Zook Richards Memorial Award for a one-act play or short radio script dealing with the religious themes or the meaning of life and death. Distinct title. And it's up to the Religion and Theater Arts Department every year to put out this information and say, hey guys, if you got a script, submit it. And the year that Jonathan was teaching, several scripts were submitted. Do you remember anything about him, or did he just say submit it and you went okay, or what?
I remember like writing the play as a joke, because like in the class, our class was like super small. It was like 6 people, and most of them were like people that I was really close to. And so I like knew their very specific like senses of humor, and I was just basically trying to make them laugh. And then I ended up like writing something that had a lot more depth than I originally like intended or realized. And he was like just always encouraging me with every draft, and telling me how much he really appreciated the script. And yeah, just helped me realize that I was like writing something that could actually impact people. And then, yeah, that semester ended. I thought that I'd never touch that script again. And then, yeah, I ended up getting an email from, I think, you and Jonathan being like, hey, you should submit this. This fits into the super niche award. So I submitted it, thinking nothing of it, and then ended up winning.
Yeah, and there was a little cash attached, but there was also a reading attached. So
Mhm.
you did that reading, and what'd you learn as you started to hear other people respond to that script?
Mhm. It was, again, just realizing how many themes and like how much like meaning was actually in the script without me even trying to put it there. And being able to just kind of then go back with each draft and like reshape things that needed to like be fixed, or like highlight themes that people seem to really be impacted by. And yeah, just realizing that the art that I create can mean something to people, even if like at the time I write it, I'm just like, ah, this is just some goofy thing.
And out from the insides that have all this incredible stuff to share. We're so glad you shared this story with us, and that you got these fun characters, but these believable characters. And it was a delight to work with you in the development process and to see where it all ended up. And maybe someday we can do it without masks. Thank you. Good luck with the rest of the season. We'll try to get down there soon and see another show you're doing at Cincinnati Shakespeare Company. If anybody would like to hear more about the Misadventures of Martin Hathaway Edinburgh Fringe Festival 2019 stuff, there's a WordPress blog where Brianna's got a lovely little piece about an experience she had with an audience member later. Anyway, ask us questions. Thanks for your support. Enjoy the viewing of Brianna Miller's Rotten Illusions. Thanks, Brianna.
The eclipse is today. Face it, I'm toast.
We can't give up yet.
Marshall, this is just pointless.
So you're telling me that you don't feel an ounce of regret?
Nope. I'm the family psychopath. Remorse is not my strong suit.
Bradley, you're not a psychopath. You care about people. I know you do. What do you mean? You do. Here's an example. You said that you'd come to my Eclipse magic show even though that I know that you hate magic. That's sacrificing something for love.
I was just going to cancel anyway. Wait, isn't your show today? If you don't leave soon, you're going to miss it.
This is more important. Maybe we should bring in mine. She might be able to help.
God, no. She hates me, and she smells awful.
Well, you did kill her twice, and her flesh is decomposing.
Oh, I already have to throw away my satin sheets because she got her death goo all over.
Again, not really her fault.
You're the one who offered her my bed. God, whatever. Do what you want to do.
Great, I'll go get her.
What the poop?
What? I thought I was pulling off this whole zombie chic aesthetic.
What? No, this doesn't concern you.
What is it?
It's none of your business.
My guess, Twilight fanfic.
Oh, what little faith you must have in me.
Dude, my life is in your hands. I'm literally putting all of my faith in you.
Well, I, for one, do not think that was the best decision.
Finally, something we can agree on.
If you had gone to law school, you may have used deductive reasoning to realize I was a psychopath before you got yourself into this mess. The skill is actually quite elementary.
That's quite possibly the most pretentious sentence I never thought I'd hear.
Please, if I was being pretentious, I would have mentioned that I went to an Ivy League.
How am I related to you?
You know what? Let's give your logic a try. Give deductive reasoning a whirl, shall we?
Be my guest.
Bradley wants to live. If Maya dies, she will murder Bradley. Therefore, Bradley keeps Maya fucking alive. That clear enough for you?
You see, that's not exactly how it works. Deductive
I
reasoning...
don't care! The only thing I care about is you being a human being with feelings. Preferably guilt. I mean, you were raised Catholic, for God's sake.
Well, I cannot do that, okay?
You act like having a heart is rocket science.
Yeah, it's not really that hard. You just put yourself into somebody else's shoes. Think about how they feel.
Oh, really? Oh, I never thought of that before. I'm a totally different person now, and this is a 1950s sitcom. Thank you, moron.
I was just trying to help.
You are not capable of helping. You are barely capable of walking without tripping over yourself. The only thing you are good at is whatever the opposite of helping is. So please, spare me the headache and go and mind your own business. Go to your stupid magic show for all I care.
How are you going to learn empathy without me?
Why would I have an easier time empathizing with you here?
Because it's always easier to empathize with somebody that you love.
I'm not seeing the connection.
If I leave, then you won't have anybody that you love around.
You think I love you?
Well, yeah.
Then you are even dumber than I thought.
Okay. I'll get out of your hair then.
You are such a chode!
Yes, we have established that.
Everything that Marshall has done in the past 72 hours has been for you.
Cannot guilt trip a psychopath of mine.
Oh, I know I can't, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to tell you exactly how wrong you are.
You're wasting your breath.
It's not like I'll be breathing much longer anyway. I just will put it to some use. You know, I've been working for Marshall for the past 2 years, and while he isn't the smartest, he is one of the kindest people that I've ever met. He talks about you all the time, you know, how proud he is of his big brother, how he always knew that you'd amount to something. When you killed someone, he literally helped you bury the body. I don't care if you're a psychopath. You still know the difference between what's right and what's wrong. And what you just did, not only did it screw over the one person who cares about your sad excuse of a life, but it also royally fucked you and me. I'm gonna die in a few hours if you don't figure this out, Tin Man. And once I do, you'll be as good as dead. Really, you feel nothing unless there's nothing inside of you?
You think I can just turn this off? This weight that's been slowly crushing me my entire life. God, if it were that easy, I would have done it by now. You think I want to be a psychopath? Nobody wants that. Not if it makes a person feel the way I do. I used to tell myself, hey, Mom says it skips a generation. Maybe it won't be. Maybe I can be the normal guy with the normal career, maybe a lawyer. Facts, figures, that way I could be in control. So, when Marshall told me he killed somebody, I felt relief. I wasn't the family psychopath. Mother was right. I didn't have a reason to worry, and then you showed up. You threatened me. You threatened everything I had set up for myself to live a normal life, and I was not going to let anyone take that from me. So I got rid of the threat. But when I killed you so easily, so naturally, I realized any semblance of normalcy was gone. I am exactly what I always feared I would be. So no, empathy should not be this difficult. My empathy is not something I am capable of. You are going to die, and it's my fault. I wish I could say I was sorry.
I'm an idiot.
Stop that. This is not over yet.
It may as well be. I can't believe I thought this ass would miraculously change in a few days' time.
You cannot lose faith in this. We are destined to be together.
Ari, are you saying that because you actually believe it, or because I told you to say things like that so I wouldn't go crazy?
I plead the fifth.
God, how could I be so stupid?
Love makes you do stupid things.
Oh, really, Faker? Are you resorting to cliches now?
Hey, it's your mind that's making me say these things.
You're right.
And of course, by that you mean you're right.
I mean, none of this is real. It's just some story in my head. I mean, look at me. I have been chasing you for centuries, clinging to a story that you told me thousands of years ago. To think that we could actually be reunited, that nothing will have changed between us once we are, it's a little insane. I mean, I'm a little insane.
That's one of my favorite things about you.
What if it's all one giant lie, one giant time I set years of false hope on? I mean, God, what if it's all I want if you moved on?
Maya, the love that I feel for you is not something that can simply disappear. You know this.
I do. I mean, I think I do, Ari, but that's the thing about illusions, isn't it? They're so damn convincing.
Stop this. I don't want to hear you talking this way. Maybe you're right. Maybe I am just a story in your head, something that convinces you to keep fighting. But would that be such a bad thing? It's better than this new story you're starting to convince yourself of. One in which you're eternally alone and foolish. Life is a series of stories we tell ourselves. Stories we tell others. Many of them are often laden with falsities, but the ones we choose to believe in, to let affect us, they become our truth.
Even in my own head, you're wiser than me.
Well, of course. Why else would I be here if not to offer sage advice? Other than goddess mortal roleplay, that is.
I think that's the sexiest thing you've ever said to me.
Now go. You're wasting time. The story is almost at its end.
Hopefully it's a happy one.
put up flyers.
I'm sorry, that's just...
No, it's okay, it's okay. It's pretty stupid, even for me.
Hey, you know Bradley didn't mean all of that, right?
Why wouldn't he? Everything that I touch, I mess up.
Oh, come on, that's not completely true. Do you know why I entered that ad to be your assistant in the paper?
Yeah. You said that you could tell that I was pathetic from the description.
No, I just said that because I was mad. Okay, so it was because you sounded pathetic. I mean, you did say, and I quote, looking for a hot girl to assist me in my magic gigs, ... if I book gigs, pay $90,000 a year. But that doesn't explain why I'd stick around for 2 years, especially considering that you've killed me 6 times.
Yeah. Why did you do that?
You know those dreams that I've been having?
Of your goddess girlfriend? Yeah. I think about it all the time.
I'm just gonna brush by the creepiness of that statement and continue. I didn't start having those dreams until I met you.
Really?
Yeah,
So I'm like your dream muse.
sure.
Nice.
The point is, you jump-started the whole thing. I mean, you matter. And nothing the Bradley the butthole has to say is gonna change that. Oh, Marshall, I'm missing Arm.
I just want him to care about me.
He does, Marshall. He does. He just doesn't know it yet.
How did you get here?
I drove.
With one arm and one leg? That's pretty dangerous.
Yep.
Want a carpool back?
Yes, please.
figured I'd annoyed you enough for one day.
How was the show?
No one showed up?
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, that's really not what you should be apologizing for.
Maya, it's okay.
No, it's not. Say you're sorry, douchebag.
I am. I am sorry.
Bullshit.
You just told me to say I was sorry.
Yeah, but not the kind of apology you give when your mommy catches you hitting your little brother in the backseat of a minivan.
I am so lost.
Say it and mean it.
Really, guys, it's okay.
So let me get this straight. Both of our lives are in danger, and you want to, what, put that on hold so you can get an apology out of someone incapable of feeling guilty?
Please, cry me a river.
What is that supposed to be?
I am so sick of this hopeless psychopath shit.
I'm sorry, you think I'm making this up?
I think that our lives are just a bunch of stories that we tell ourselves, and this whole psychopath narrative that you're rolling with is just one big old pity party.
So mental illness is a choice.
Oh, what? That's not what I'm saying at all.
That's kind of what you said.
Whose side are you on? What I'm saying is that yes, maybe you have some psychopathic tendencies. Maybe you like being in control. Maybe you are, in fact, a literal psychopath. Which, if you are, you should definitely get a diagnosis and treatment for, by the way, but that doesn't mean that you have to be a killer. That's just some story in your head.
Sort of like how Edward from Twilight only drinks animal blood even though he's a bloodthirsty vampire.
That was surprisingly apt.
Yeah, that really hit me. Way more than what Maya was saying.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart, you know that? But seriously, Marshall, Great job.
I figured I should try to speak his language.
He was definitely reading fanfic earlier.
What? No, I was not.
Just admit it, you like gushy teen romance novels.
Ugh. You know what? Fine. I do, but I do not subject myself to fan fiction. I was just reading an email from school. Here, read it for yourself.
We regret to inform you that due to unforeseen circumstances, Julie Goldstein has decided to resign from her position immediately. Who's Julie Goldstein?
She was my professor.
And she's just leaving away halfway through a semester? Weird.
Not weird. Mom.
Huh?
I told Mom she was giving me a hard time in class, so she somehow got rid of my professor.
Yeah, of course she did.
What is that supposed to mean?
Bradley, she always does this. She sabotages people to protect you.
That is not true.
Oh, please, it's totally true. Okay, here's an example. How about Sandra Wyatt? You had a crush on her all throughout high school, and you finally had the guts to ask her out to prom. And she said no.
Shocker.
Do you remember what Mom did? She got Sandra suspended. What did she tell Principal Evans?
That little floozy is a vandal. She threw a whole carton of eggs at my car while I was in it.
And slut-shaming is where I make my exit. I have to pee.
Man, that woman can lie through her teeth.
God, what other crazy things did she do when we were in school?
Oh yes, please continue to reminisce about your mother's antics as I drag myself across the floor.
Let me help you.
Thank you.
She kissed Coach Lockwell. Remember that?
Oh, yes. He never failed me in the gym again, that's for sure.
Is that why she did that?
Of course. Did you think she was actually attracted to him?
Fair.
Cinnamon.
Huh?
Your cat from second grade. I told Mom I didn't like her, so she killed her, and then told you she died.
What?
She was crazy, I know.
No, Bradley. She showed me Cinnamon's body. We buried her in the backyard.
What are you suggesting?
My own mother murdered my cat.
Don't be ridiculous.
For you. Bradley, I think I know why you're like this.
What are you talking about?
We have to go. Maya, hurry up in there!
What? I'm peeing.
Where are we going?
I'll explain on the way. Rock, paper, scissors has to push Maya. Dang it!
Okay, I'm done. Ready to be slapped off my feet or cart, I guess.
I'll go get Maya. Grab my keys.
and they told me where to find you.
Well, what do you think of the place? It's a model for a new development the company's planning on building here. I just finished decorating.
Well, it is lovely, Mother.
I'm I'm thinking about adding a coffee table.
Mother, what happened to Cinnamon?
What's that, dear?
Marshall's cat from 2nd grade, Cinnamon.
Oh. Well, that was so long ago, I'm afraid I've forgotten.
Mom, did you kill Cinnamon?
Bradley.
It's okay if you did, because I killed someone 2 nights ago.
You killed someone?
Yes.
Is that why you're here? You need help hiding the body? I've got a meeting at 6, but I can cancel if necessary. You don't want to leave any fingerprints.
No, it's just, I don't feel anything. I should feel guilty or depressed or something, but I feel nothing.
Oh, honey. You say that like it's a bad thing.
Mom?
Well, after my first kill, this immense wave of calm just washed over me.
You've killed people.
Like a bubble bath after a long day at work. I always knew it would be you, Bradley. I always knew Marshall was always far too weak.
Hey!
Marshall! What are you doing here?
Bradley, I told you!
What is going on? And who is that deformed girl?
Hi, I'm Maya, the rotting mortal blackmailer. Long story. I'd offer to shake your hand, but the one I have left is currently decaying.
You're the famous psychopath!
What nonsense your brother's spouting now?
Apparently the truth.
You honestly think I'm the family psychopath?
I'm starting to think there was never a family psychopath in the first place.
Get out of here.
It's happy that you guys are getting disillusioned and all, but my limbs are still rotting, and Marshall, your magic card is making me nauseous.
Sorry.
What is happening?
You are the reason I am the way I am. You got a girl who rejected me suspended. You made out my teacher because I refused to run the mile. You killed a living creature because I didn't like it. You never let me take responsibility. I never learned about consequences.
Baby, where is all this coming from?
Grandpa, you killed him, didn't you?
What?
Grandpa wasn't a psychopath, but you were, and he figured it out, didn't he?
You don't know what you're talking about.
You killed him. You killed your own father.
How dare you? I am your mother. I deserve more respect than this.
You're a murderer.
I love you, Bradley. I did everything for you.
My whole life you said that I was the one with the problem.
No, Marshall. You are the problem. Look at Bradley. So handsome, smart, about to ace his bar exams, I'm sure. And you. What are you doing with your life? A magician, really. And a poor one at that. All of that money, all of that time wasted on you. You pathetic sack of ineptitude. You don't know how many times I had to stop myself from snapping your skinny neck.
You never loved me, did you?
Hey! Listen here, you bitch.
Who the hell is this?
As if you actually give a shit.
Oh, Bradley, you said shit.
Just ask what you really mean. Is she going to say anything?
I don't know what's gotten into you, young man.
I can't believe I ever looked up to you.
Damn!
You! What did you do to Bradley? This is your name written all over it!
I told him the truth!
This is the last thing you take from me!
Marshall? Can you hear me?
This family has some serious impulse control issues!
better off without him, baby. All he ever did was hold us back.
How could you do this? He was your son.
We could be a team. Just picture it.
He was your son.
You were the only one who could ever understand me. Marshall couldn't. My own father couldn't, but you understand. Let's run away together. Come on, baby, we're kindred spirits. We'd be unstoppable. That's it, come here.
Not like you. Not anymore.
Oh, baby. You think you could just turn this off? One day you're a murderer and the next you're rehabilitated? No. No, I raised you better than that.
No. No, I definitely cannot just turn this off. I learned that the hard way. But I can do everything in my power to make sure I never turn into you. We're calling the police.
Bradley.
What did you think this was? An after-school special?
Of course not. That's why I came prepared, just in case.
Oh wait, no, Bradley, remember that gun is... Huh?
A very deadly weapon, yes. I know.
Yeah. Right. It'll fuck you up.
I'm quaking with fear.
Sarcasm does not suit you, Mother.
Face it, Bradley. There's no way you are actually going to shoot me. You couldn't even...
Whoa! I did not see that coming.
I was just trying to distract her, not shoot her. I thought they were wax bullets.
I've never been so glad that Marshall is terrible at magic tricks. Or was terrible at magic tricks. He was terrible.
I loved him. I didn't realize it until just now, but I loved him, and I was so horrible to him all the time. I'm sorry. God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Bradley, this is amazing. I have my lips back. I have my life back. I have a soul. Oh. Right. Dear brother.
Didn't even get to do his stupid magic show. I don't think I ever actually said the words "I love you" to him.
I mean, I wish there was something I could do. I mean, I could hide the bodies. For your first day in court, you probably shouldn't be the defendant.
No. No, I deserve whatever comes next. Lethal injection, life without parole. At least I'll be able to finally finish reading Twilight.
Don't be ridiculous. Give me your keys. Come on. Okay. Come on. You know what? I am going to take you home, and you're going to get a hot shower and some rest. psycho over here in the ocean or something. Come on, get up. No, I mean, I hated his stupid guts. Stupid, sweet, far too young, far too dead guts.
It's okay to have emotions, Maya.
Says who?
I know it hurts now, but remember this. Death and rebirth, they aren't just physical. Everything you experience allows you to birth a new version of yourself. You decide whether it's for better or worse. I know you will choose wisely.
I can't wait to get back to you. How much longer until the eclipse is over, do you think?
Maybe 5 more minutes?
Good.
Why?
Let's just say I'll be birthing a new version of myself. I'm gonna need a cat.
Thanks for everything.
I mean, of course, you gave me my immortality. Least I could do is dump a body or two.
Are you heading out soon?
Yeah, my first flight's tonight. I figure South America is as good a place as any to start for Arya.
Haven't you been searching for her for hundreds of years? Have you not given up yet?
Trust me. I've thought about it, questioned my sanity on occasion, but I can never stop looking for her.
Normally I'd gag at a sentiment like that, but I've been trying to be more in touch with my emotions or whatever my therapist was dribbling about.
Well, I am honored to be the first gushy love story that didn't make you vomit. Other than Bella and Edward, of course.
I'm never going to live that down, am I?
No, never.
But seriously, what you're doing is incredible. I wish I had the willpower to do something like that.
I think you're giving me a little bit more credit than I deserve. I mean, the whole point of reincarnation is getting a second chance. I got endless second chances. You mortals, you aren't as lucky. Every tiny decision that you make matters so much more.
And we see where that's gotten me so far.
Change occurs during in-betweens.
What?
Well, right now, you're at a point of transition. You're right in the midst of living, of grieving. You have an opportunity for change. You better make that count.
It's just, I messed up. And I didn't realize it until everything fell apart. How do I move on from something like that? How do I deserve to move on from something like that?
Remember how I let you kill me? Wanted you to, even?
And it's not the sort of thing a person forgets.
Well, it wasn't just because I thought you'd be capable of murder, although that was definitely part of it. It was because I knew that you were capable of change. Or Marshall did, I guess. I mean, he's the one that told me everything about you. He saw that there was good in you. He made me see it too. You better remember that, especially when you're fighting for your clients, Mr. Lawyer.
I will.
I should probably get headed out.
Right. I'll walk you out.
Oh, and while I know that you haven't passed the bar yet, I got you a present in advance. It should be here soon. But for now, here's the card.
Thank you. Keep an eye out. Second chances.